Hit the Target podcast.
Kaizer Chiefs have started this season like a house on fire. Back-to-back league wins have seen Amakhosi catapult their way to the top of the table. This weekend, they'll square off with current log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns in what is expected to be a sold-out clash at the FNB Stadium. With me to discuss that one are the usual suspects. Hello and welcome to Hit the Target, powered by Hollywood Bets. I'm your host, Deshaun, and with me in studio today is African football expert Mokhale Sateche and Kaizer Chiefs' #1 hater, Keba Motohai.
How's it, Amakhosi?
Good day to the listeners. Welcome, guys.
Keba, let's actually unpack with you. What have you made of Nabi's football so far?
First of all, I actually woke up this morning to make sure that the sky was not falling, pigs were not flying. Kaizer Chiefs has won 2 games in a row. But then I said, guys, look, it just needed a betting in process. Never take a preseason too seriously. Yes, Younger made a fool out of them at Free State Stadium. But this is not an idiot of a coach. And I'm thrilled that Chiefs is actually playing football. Obviously, there's that weakness in defense. But what I saw at Moses Mabhida last night, it's encouraging. That's what I want to see.
Of course, it was a very spirited performance by the gents over there. Mo, do you agree with him?
I do agree with him. And Nabi football is it's not like your common kind of football that Chiefs used to play last season. There is structure. There is you can see a lot of changes. But my problem is that they still concede a lot. You get my problem, my point. If they can just try to minimize that, then going forward they can match a lot of teams pound to pound. I also saw some errors in the middle of the field. If they are going to play like that against Tembazwani,
Can I add to that point?
Sure, just jump in.
But we all know, Mokhale, that in team sports, it takes longer for a defense to form chemistry than on offense. So they're going to make mistakes at the back. I definitely agree with your point. If they go out like this against Sundowns, it's a tradition that after 3 games, Sundowns is always giving Chiefs 3 or 4 goals in a game, either at Loftus or at FNB. So, your point stands. I think it'll take longer for Chiefs to get that chemistry at the back.
Do you think it's because of the number of signings that they've made at the back? You look at the likes of the goalkeeper, Ntwari, of course, coming up clutch against, Itu Kunye in the Kaizer Chiefs goal.
I mean, look, what I believe in when you play for Chiefs or Pirates or Sundowns, you must just blend in, whether it's your first game. And when can you recall when that really had a bad game for Pirates? I can give you a typical example. When can you recall at Stellenbosch where their defenders, like we can speak for Torre, example. When do you recall Torre fumbling? And it was for the first time being introduced to South African football, the PSL and so forth last season. But he blended in very well at Stellenbosch. There is one defender that I like in South Africa. He played at almost every team in Durban and Gauteng, at Durban and Cape Town.
Right.
Tasharik Phyllis. He's at Amazulu now. He is playing like, he has blended in like that. So if you are Chiefs and Pirates, you still want to find formation and that thing of saying we are clicking, even in the back. If you can't pass each other the ball at the back, just hit the balls away. Then the midfield and the strikers will make a plan to make sure that the teams click and you guys play football. Up until you learn to trust one another, you can build it from the back, just like Pirates and Sundowns.
But they do look like they have ball-playing centre-backs, the likes of Dortley, Msimango, even the latest recruit, Miguel, has gone straight into the lineup.
Yes, I know that, but the problem with Chiefs, I can tell you, there is also Kwenika who used to be in the starting lineup. There is also this guy from the guy they bought from Botswana. Is it Ditlokwe? Yes, So if you can check, those are just not normal players, and where they are coming from, they were leaders. Leading from the forefront, and they were the pillars of their teams at the back. So I also believe in this thing of certain players just have to show themselves who they are and lead. Inacio is a very good defender. We saw the stats and everything. It's easy for him his experience, he can marshal that Chiefs defense and make sure that no one concedes useless and stupid errors.
Well, of course, from what I saw last night at the Mamelodi Stadium, whenever Chiefs had the ball, they looked for one man in particular. Gaston Sereno, the former Sundowns man, will come back to haunt his former club this weekend. Can you see him getting on a score sheet? What are we going to expect from him?
Okay, first and foremost, when I was watching the game yesterday, I was annoyed. I felt that he was being selfish. He was not passing. But I've had perspective.
Yeah.
I've had perspective. In hindsight, we've spoken about this in the office. I'm like, as long as you've got a target man, It was his first goal in like nearly 2 years. And the fact that he was shooting well, that's a danger sign for Mamelodi Sundowns. Because I get the feeling that Nabi is hiding something. Chiefs were a bit too obvious yesterday. There's no ways they're going to play the same way against Sundowns, and perhaps he's lulling. He strikes me as the kind of coach who will lull Sundowns into a false sense of security, let them set up in a certain way, and then definitely come with something different. That have him playing like a false nine, something different. Yeah. But he's already got a nose for goal. That's good, and I think that signals danger for everybody.
Yeah. Well, let's look at his attacking plays, and the likes of Ranga Chivaviro scored already last night. You looked at the opening game against Maruma Gallants, the two youngsters, Obrigado, of course, Mfundo Vilakazi, and then Shabalala finding the back of the net. Can you see maybe that young pace attack on Saturday?
It's been a while since I've seen youngsters playing well for Kaizer Chiefs, and I think the time has come because they've gone so long without winning a trophy, so they don't have a culture of winning, and culture is bred. You create that culture. So if you're going to back these youngsters, guys, just go for it. Like it is at Orlando Pirates, something that Ronaldo tried doing at Sundowns by making sure that there's always a youngster getting blooded. It doesn't matter what the significance of the game is. And if Kaizer Chiefs is going to go that way, then they need to. That's why I'm like, I get the feeling we didn't see everything yesterday. And granted, Amazulu, there was a bit naive tactics in the way they played. But there's something different that's going to come on Saturday.
Mo, Keba just mentioned something different that's going to come up on Saturday. Is that something different, Ashley Dupreez? I mean, we did see him a few minutes this season so far. Can you see him starting?
I don't care whether you're bringing something or you're bringing anything from the mass or sometimes it's got everything, bro.
Yeah.
Sundowns has planned for all of their upcoming next 20 games, if you don't know. Sundowns they have everything. Tasharik Morris is not playing, is playing now, full-time. Neo Mahema is not playing. What do you think goes on in Mahema's mind? What do you think he's going to do when he gets a chance?
Right.
Just now, Rivaldo Coutier. Did you see how he's playing now? It's like there was an entire season where he was not part of the team. He just blended. Dude,
he went straight.
People can say whatever that they say. I'm a Pirates fan. I love the fact that Pirates, Chiefs, and SuperSport Stellies are showing their signs, showing that they will challenge Sundowns this season for the league. But I'm telling you, Sundowns will go from losing 1-0 in a cup game, play a league game and win 7-0.
Yeah. That's
what they did. They lost to Stellies, both legs, 1 goal apart in the MTN.
Yeah.
They went and played the CAF qualifiers. What did they do?
I think they won.
I'm sure they gave that team close to Chisampama. They don't care because Sundowns, they've got depth, and that's what I always speak about. The very Gaston Sereno that is playing and showing hunger now, he's gonna be playing against Modau on Saturday. It's a different ball dynamic. It's a different perception. If Chiefs is gonna sit at the back and say we have a surprise package, Modau is going to surprise. We will be the surprise package in that match. Sundowns now will use Modau to be a surprise package.
Of course, Sundowns are looking like their former selves. Their last 4 competitive matches have seen goals galore. I believe it's 14-1 on aggregate across their previous 4 competitive matches. Can you see a similar result this weekend?
What I know is that Sundowns, if you sleep, they score. Sundowns gave Pirates 6. Sundowns gave Chiefs 4. It's not 5. It's not like we are talking about something that has not happened before. We know what Sundowns is capable of. We know that if Sundowns you sleep during a game, they will punish you severely. You will cry. You will feel like you are playing with what do we call these things in our culture? You know, a togolosh. Sundowns sometimes will come at you and you feel like, hey, this thing is a togolosh. You can't see what's happening. You just see boom, boom, whack, boom, boom, whack. Players like Ribeiro and whatever, those guys, they know when to be, what to do, when and how. That's where Sundowns is dangerous. They don't rely on, if you've seen the last 4 games that Sundowns played, I don't think the vocab that says a striker to Sundowns matters anymore.
Well, look, he's making a compelling argument for my Sundowns.
Mr. Motsepe, please, you've got a new supporter here.
Kiba, do you see something similar happening this weekend? Is it going to be floodgates at FNB Stadium? Are there going to be projectiles thrown on the pitch? Is it going to be the same old Kaizer Chiefs?
That's the thing. Thanks for him getting excited.
Strong motivation.
We cannot have every start of the season Sundowns whacking Kaizer Chiefs. You know, it's become a tradition. Within the first month of the league, they've given them 3, they've given them 4. The last time they played, it was 5-0 or 5-1. Chiefs cannot have that. Chiefs can, if they are serious, this is that litmus test that they keep talking about. And projectiles, Kaizer Chiefs are not going to do, fans are not going to do that. It's when you are on a losing streak and you're playing poorly and there's no way that, there's no signs that you're moving in any direction. That's when the projectiles, if they lose 5-0 or 6-0, the fans will be annoyed. But I think, like I say, they've got a smart coach.
Well, look, speaking to the fans last night, you know, they look very happy with Nabi. You know, you just look at our SPN socials and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They're very happy with the Tunisian tactician who is the first coach from Tunisia to apply straight in the PSL.
Like I said, they've already suffered the pain of being embarrassed by Younger. So they've felt that pain. They've wanted this coach for how many years now?
I think it's like
3 years.
2 seasons now.
So they know. This is the first time I've felt like Kaizer Chiefs has invested technically in what they want to do and how they want to play in terms of their future, midterm and long term. So like I said, he's not a fool. He knows what he's dealing with. Sundowns is, I can't give Sundowns better. If you switch off and they've, like they used to thumb Pirates before, they've now turned it to Kaizer Chiefs because Pirates has now got a coach who understands how to deal with Mamelodi Sundowns. So like I said, going back to how excitable we are about Pirates and Chiefs playing well, remember Sundowns does this for 30 games. They don't do it for the first 3, 5. So
Well, look, during the post-match press conference after that victory against AmaZulu at Moses, Nabi said that he wanted more time. He feels like it's irresponsible of the league to have a fixture against Sundowns so soon after they travel to Durban. Now, do you think maybe he's buying himself an excuse and that, or do you actually feel for him and make or see his case?
But he needs to understand that all big games are fixtured at month end. It was month end, so you want people to go fill up. You can't have Sundowns Pirates playing on the 10th or on the 5th. It's just how it goes. All eyeballs will be on the game this afternoon. I understand what he means, but this is not the first time. I mean, there have been instances where Manchester United, just for example, started a league campaign against Chelsea, and then they started against Arsenal. It happens. I know why, because he maybe wanted to build rhythm going into, but perhaps he's got it now. Because it's just a matter of confidence. Because you can't have Kaizer Chiefs going into a game against Sundowns scared.
Well, you know, it is their toughest test to date. Do you think right now that Nabi has had enough time to gel his team? You saw them in the pre-season camp in Turkey. Of course, they came back, caught a hiding at Bloemfontein, but they look like there's some positive signs in the recent performances.
Look, they had pre-season to prepare. And then, I think with the players brought to Chiefs, they had also tried to find some combinations. Also getting Blom on a long-term season loan. He understands the culture of the team and everything. But I'm just saying, like, excuses as a coach at Pirates or Chiefs or Sundowns or SuperSport, they don't work, bro. You've got almost half of the players that you said, give me this budget, I'm bringing them in. It means you trust them, you trust in their capabilities, and you know what they're capable of and what they can do. There is only one way to stop Sundowns. When they go at you, you go at them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why teams like Stellenbosch, that's why teams like Pirates, that's why teams like Galaxy sometimes, they stand a chance to win against Mamelodi Sundowns. Where have you seen in the CAF Champions League Al Ahly respecting Sundowns?
Yeah.
No. Pesita, who plays against Sundowns in the CAF Champions League, he plays the Al Ahly way.
Yeah.
The Al Ahly way is to make another team suffer.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs have the players to make Sundowns suffer, because if you look at the double pivot of Blom and Yusuf Mott, of course with Sereno as the spearhead of the attack, can you see those three players, that dynamic trio making something?
You do that, but you must do it tactically, because they do it tactically also.
Yeah.
You can't just be a loose cannon in the field of play and say you are going to play against according to Sundown's pace and everything, because that's where they're going to kill you. Pirates have found they know. Pirates knows. Tito there, Mabasa there, Mofugen there.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Sundowns is going berserk the whole day and not knowing where to stop and everything. Aerial balls. Your players like Ndasi, we see their threats and everything. On the right, if Mudau wants to push all of Mudau when they play against Pirates, he knows he cannot push to that extent, because you've got a Dion Hoto who's capable of doing that. You've got Dion Van Rooyen who can do that. You've got Mufokeng who can do that.
Yeah.
Chiefs players need to start thinking like that and have the mentality of playing that type of ball. You know, the Marcelo kind of ball, the Ramos kind of ball as a right back or as a. You can't just wait there and wait like you are waiting for a bus to go to Greyville. You can't packet the bag and sit. No, you don't do that in the field of play. As much as a team is coming at you and is being a threat to you, you must also try to remove the pressure away from you and your teammates and also become a threat.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see Pirates is like that when it comes to Sundowns. That's why in the past 2 seasons, you are able to, when you look at the past 5 games between Pirates and Sundowns, you can see the other one dominated 2 games, the other one dominated the 2 games, and there is a draw. The last 5 matches, but go to Chiefs and Sundowns. If they are going again with that mentality this weekend, wow.
Well, just based on that, Keba, how important is this fixture for Kaizer Chiefs? Do they need it more than Sundowns?
Look, it's a home game. First and foremost, at home, if you want to do anything in the league, draw minimum, win it. We were speaking before. I was like, if Chiefs can steal this win, it's gonna do something to them psychologically. Like I said, Mohale has. I'm using emotion and he's using logic. But Chiefs has to go draw from that well of passion, out of feeling, because sometimes you just have to respect yourself. Have some respect for that jersey. Like, come on, we can't have Sundowns humiliating us like this. A couple of seasons ago, there was a game where Chiefs came back from the dead and drew with Sundowns at FNB and should have won the game. That's the kind of performance where you need to be switched on the whole game. Chiefs doesn't need anything. Nobody needs anything. Chiefs must just give a very good account of themselves without losing. I don't like glorious losers.
Yeah.
Just to add on, Giba, before he continues, there's something that I also picked up when I was watching the game.
Tell us.
And I just laughed when I was sitting there. First game, they were Real Madrid.
Yes.
Second game, they switched to being Royal AM. And I'm like, this is so wrong.
You mean the first half or the first game?
The first half.
Yes,
Chiefs was running at Amazulu like nobody's business.
They were 3-0 up at halftime.
Yes. Then you come second half and
they were lucky
you don't do that.
They actually were lucky. At one point, it looked like they were lucky to get the 3 points because Amazulu was over. I can't remember Chiefs having a shot on target in the second half.
They actually imploded in that second half because Igodoro found the back of the net soon after the resumption of play. There was also, I believe, not 1 but 2 woodwork efforts that struck the post. You even saw that goal line clearance by Semango.
Yes.
Perhaps it's mismanagement of the game mismanagement. Maybe you could have controlled the midfield because they started overrunning Chiefs between that midfield and the defense. So
I have one problem as an analyst when it comes to soccer. If I'm checking a team and watching a team, and most of their substitutions are coming in the middle of the park a lot, And in the line of defense, I start worrying a lot about
Is it
that
disrupting the
Pirates will
play?
only break their defense if there is an injury.
Yes. That's true.
For 10 games that they play. If Nda has got an injury or whatever, or if they're trying to save another player for another big game, that's where you can see the Pirates' defense being broken down. But apart from that, consistency. Hoto, Nda, Sesani, Van Rooyen or Munyane, they finished the whole game. Same way I can give you an example. Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Carlos Ancelotti. Carlos Ancelotti, every game, doesn't touch his defense. It's only in the middle where he feel like Tchouaméni has to rest, not because he's playing bad.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni has to rest because there is a Kamavinga who can come in or an Adegula who can come in and do better. And also up front, Mbappe, I gave you 70-75 minutes to play. Let me give Endrek another 15 minutes for him to run and get used to how the team play. You need that at Chiefs. That is consistency.
Yeah.
Make substitutions going forward and one on the wings or in the middle of the park. Not your line of defense. For you to take a defender out because he can't manage a pressure from Amazulu to put Musimango. A defender, it's like a train. A train moves through coal. When you bring a defender in a very heated game, chances are more likely to commit errors.
This man has mentioned Pirates throughout this podcast. I have to ask you, are they your favorites to win the league, or is it one of these two clubs?
They are one of my favorites to disturb Sundowns from winning the league. Not taking the league because they don't play Sundowns only in the league. Pirates sometimes have got a tendency of focusing on Mamelodi Sundowns, whereas Stellenbosch will come a week later and donor them 2-0.
Kiba, can you see one of these two clubs taking it, or do you also feel like Moji's sentiments over there with Pirates being the number one competitor?
Pirates was designed to win the league now. Pirates is designed to now deliver on that silverware into a trophy. No. Like I said, if Pirates is within hand with Sundowns in the first 5-10 games, 10 games, 20 points, 24, 25, 26 points, that's when I think Pirates is going to win the league. They are expected to win the league.
Yeah. Well, look, 6 points from a possible 6. It's going to come down to crunch time this weekend. I have to ask you, gents, just before we wrap up, can you see something like a red card, possibly an early goal, or maybe a stroke of brilliance from one of the players who right now is looking like they're going to take this game by the scruff of the neck?
Considering the previous games between Sundowns and Chiefs, but at least if Musimango is going to be on the bench, there won't be a red card. But if he's going
if
to
he's
be
on the lineup,
he's too slow for some of the
Ribeiro Costa, Allende.
Allende and Ribeiro Costa, and they are short. You know, those guys, they just get under your arm and you pull him, yellow card. Second one, he just puts the ball in front of you and go in the front, you trip him. Second yellow, you are out of the game, it's a red card. It's going to be a very physical game. We don't need crybabies on Saturday. You get my point. You need men to go and play that game and so forth. Sundowns is going to start Tembazwani on Saturday without any fear of favor. Sundowns is going to start Tembazwani. Sundowns is going to start Kuliso Mudau. Grand Kekana will be in the line of defense with Rivaldo Coutier, and they are going to make sure that they are very strong and very consistent, and also going forward. For instance, when Pirates plays with Sundowns, they don't make a mistake. They make sure Team Makaula can neutralize Sundowns midfield. They know when they win the game with Talentum Bata pushing up front and so forth. But when you have Makaula, you know, Makaula is not just going to let someone play the way they want and have a free roller. Chiefs need that type of a person on Saturday. And I am rooting for Castillo to start that game in the middle of the park.
He's the one that could make a difference.
Who can try and at least to neutralize the Sundowns midfield. That can.
Is he going to be the key player for the Glamour Boys this weekend?
I think Yusuf Mat. I think Yusuf Mat is the flag carrier for Kaizer Chiefs. That man needs to make that club his own. Like the way you love Tembazwani, he needs to be Kaizer Chiefs. He needs to now start smashing the door down for Bafana Bafana. We need to start talking about Yusuf Mat in the Bafana squad, because I used to dream here, like, hey, Yusuf Mat, next Bafana, but he's not, he needs, as the captain, that I'm bashing the door down.
Yeah.
Before Kiba finishes, I need to stop him there, and he must go back and check the Chiefs supporters' comments on Yusuf Mat on all social media platforms regarding yesterday's games, and he's not the type of player that Chiefs needs at the present moment right now, in terms of trusting him and giving him the armband. Consider the fact that he led the team last season and they still want to see him matching other players pound to pound. For me, his time is done. He was supposed to showcase that long time ago. Talent, but started at Pirates a season, half of a season, while Mart played the entire season, and he did much better. 80% better than
Yusuf Mat. You've heard him. Yusuf,
Yeah.
You've heard him. You've heard this man. You've heard
So show us this weekend.
You've heard this man.
All right, gents, with that being said, give me your predictions for this fixture.
You know me.
The gunman.
Shalulile, you know me. Shalulile. You know, Shalulile, when he sees Kaizer Chiefs, he gets excited. It's like a child singing a lollipop. I see him scoring a brace this weekend.
Over 3.5 goals on HollywoodBets.net. So 2-2, I think. Perhaps a draw. Perhaps a draw.
Goals, Galo, Sundowns, straight win. I'm going to put 500 on Sundowns.
Wow.
To do what?
Just imagine that.
To win, not to score. Straight win.
I said 3.5 goals.
All right. Well, football fans, you've heard it right here from the football experts we have in studio. Mokhale Satehe and Keba Motokhai. Do let us know what you think about their predictions, and let us know what the debate between Yusuf Mat is. Is he doing enough for Chiefs? Who would you like to see wear the captain's armband, or any other talking point from here today? From all of us in studio, thanks and goodbye.
It's a shooby!
Hit the Target Podcast.